fuck off, Mike Dean. What the hell was that? I'm fuming. I'm so angry at that. Like, what the hell was that? Like, no way was that a penalty. Like, ever on your life was that a penalty. And just, what was he doing? What was he thinking? What was that? Like, what was that? I mean, just, I don't understand what that was. And I'm the sort of person that I can't stand kind of, injustice happening in the world, and particularly in football, when a decision doesn't go your way. Sometimes you have to hold your hands up. But that decision was literally just, I don't know what that was. Like, what was Mike Dean on? What was he drinking? Like, was he thinking about how he's going to celebrate and see in the new year? Because that is never a penalty, right? It's just the most ludicrous, stupid, disgusting decision that you can throw to Arsenal. And you cost us 2 points, We went 1-0 ahead, right? And we weren't playing well. But I thought, once we got that goal, we were going to hold on, to get all 3 points. And 3 huge points it would have been. And, a decision like that just doesn't go our way. It's absolute bullshit, a cowardly decision from the worst referee in the Premier League ever. And Mike Dean is an absolute clown. He's a joke. And we lose 2 valuable points in kind of the most intense top 4 race, really. 2 points that are thrown away when we probably would have easily walked away with 3 points. Absolutely just a disgusting decision. And that just sums up our year. Incidentally, that just shows how bad 2017 has been as an Arsenal fan for Arsenal. It was an absolutely stupid decision. But welcome back to Analysing Arsenal, the final Analysing Arsenal of 2017. And it probably is quite fitting that, the final game of 2017, the final Analysing Arsenal video, this series kind of started with me ranting and raving. And we're going to finish 2017 with another rant and a whinge, moan, and a whine. It kind of is quite a fitting end, really, to what has just been a disastrous year for the Gunners. And that performance was just horrendous. That was a horrendous game of football to watch. Let me just say right off the bat, do I think we deserved to win that game? No. We did not play well. We lacked so much creativity in the final third. We didn't do anything whatsoever. When you look at the stats, both teams had 14 shots. We only had 1 more shot on target to West Brom. So, you could say that a draw was a fitting and even result at the end of the game, with all things considered. But we got ahead in the game. It was a poor game of football. But we finally get a little bit of luck from a set piece. And I, hand on heart, believe that we would have held on to obtaining all 3 points. Without West Brom getting that penalty, they wouldn't have got a chance and got back into the game. There was nothing there for them. Yes, they were creating chances. Yes, they looked dangerous at times, but they weren't creating anything clear-cut, and that was the same problem that we had. And I think had we had, not had that conscientious bullshit decision, not going our way, we would have held on to get all 3 points there. And I generally believe that, But yeah, so West Brom got the penalty. Even though it wasn't a penalty, they took it, they scored it, they converted it. Great to them, well done. And it's a great point for them because of how bad they've been. But as for Arsenal, firstly, we played absolutely horrendously, which pissed me off right from the bat. And then we got ourselves ahead, and I thought, right, maybe we're going to show a little bit of character, fight, and spirit that we need. And then we just get an absolutely stupid, worthless decision, like that, been given against us. Mike Dean, or as his better known comedic name is Mike Reid, because he's just an absolute clown as a referee. And I've got all respect for Mike Reid. Rest in peace, Mike Reid. He's an absolutely fantastic guy. But Mike Dean is an absolute joker. What was that? Seriously, what was that? I don't know. Let's try and break this game down piece by piece before I just rant and rave and ruffle on incoherent babble, and I don't want to do that, especially for the last one of 2017. If we look at the lineups, and I've got the lineups on screen now, there was just one change that Arsenal made, and that was Alex Iwobi came in for Mesut Ozil. I don't quite know why Mesut Ozil was out of the squad today. I'm not too sure about that. But as for West Brom, they had Robson and Carnu. They had Rodriguez, Livermore, Barry, Brunt, and we've seen what West Brom did to us this time last year, or this year, in March, when we went up to the Hawthorns and got battered 3-1. Earlier this season we beat them 2-0, but we got very, very lucky. And on that day, the ref was on our side. And my video that I titled was called "The Ref Was On Our Side." But today, the ref just wasn't on our side, incidentally. And, when you go up to the Hawthorns, you're going to have, 2 banks of 4, West Brom sitting back, soaking up your pressure and then trying to hit you on the counter. So surprisingly, today's game wasn't incidentally, that, it just wasn't. West Brom have lost their last 9 games. They've only managed to take 3 points since Alan Pardew's taken over as manager. They were rock bottom of the Premier League going into this. So, you thought it'd be an absolute given that Arsenal were going to get a kind of result. But West Brom had creativity. They were pressing Arsenal's defensive line. They were causing us problems. And every time they went forward, instantly, they did look dangerous. And I was worried. We going forward lacked so much creativity, and we just lacked that killer pass, that instinct, that front foot, all the stuff that you've heard many times for Arsenal. We were not at the races today. We really, really weren't at the races. And it was one of those games that was just, flying by, and it was poor. And if this game had ended 0-0, I would have been frustrated, but I wouldn't be as angry as I am now because, we just didn't do enough, incidentally. We weren't, there wasn't really anything there for us whatsoever. We had a couple of chances. Iwobi had a really, really good chance, as did Lacazette. Sanchez had a couple of here and there chances. Jack Wilshere had a good chance, but nothing really clear cut, incidentally. And I've said, it's bad when Gareth Barry looks actually quite good as a player. He looked really, really good today, and that's when it's been a bad day, when you make Gareth Barry look good. But it was one of those games that was just kind of, both teams had kind of chances here or there. We dominated the possession as usual. We weren't doing anything creative with it, with the ball. We weren't really causing West Brom any kind of problems. And then into the last 10 minutes, we brought on Danny Welbeck. We brought on Per Mertesacker because we had 2 injuries today. Kolasinac went off in the first half and Maitland-Niles. And then in the second half, I think Koscielny's had a problem. He's got this constant problem with his Achilles, and it doesn't look good. It looks like that has been kind of causing him more problems today, and he was subbed off for Per Mertesacker. I was just like, that's not good, Per Mertesacker coming on, but we've seen, in the FA Cup final this year, we saw how good Per Mertesacker can be and the potential that he does have. So, there were all the signs that in the last 10 minutes something was going to happen. And it comes from a set piece. We get a free kick on the edge of the box. Sanchez steps up to take it and goes to the shot, and it was deflected in. Now, originally I thought it was a Sanchez goal, but it's actually gone down as a James McLean own goal. McLean had his back turned towards the goal. I don't really know what he was doing as you're a defender. You're defending a set piece, you get your back turned to him. Absolutely, just what an idiot that, McLean was to just concede a sloppy goal. And, there's been all talk, Sanchez getting ourselves the 2 goals that he got against Crystal Palace on Thursday, and only 3 or 4 players went over to him to celebrate. There definitely is some unevenness and restlessness in the camp, but every single player went over to celebrate with Sanchez. I don't know if because they've seen all of the kind of the media outbreak that has been reported by the journalists and how the reactions was on Thursday, whether they deliberately said no matter the problems that are happening in the camp behind the scene, we're going to make it look like we're all there for each other. But Sanchez was celebrating, looked really, really happy and pleased to score the goal. And the Arsenal players around him were very, very happy and gave him a lot of love and appreciation for converting that goal. And you think at 1-0, right, we're not playing great. We've got the lead. West Brom are not really offering anything themselves, and we can just hold on. 89th minute comes in, a ball goes over the top. Kieran Gibbs, former Arsenal player, goes for kind of like a shot, and Chambers is round kind of the sideway of him trying to kind of defend against him, and he gets the shot up and it hits that part of his arm. Doesn't hit his hand, hits that part of his arm, and Mike Dean gives it as a straight pen. If he had moved his hand and the ball would kind of as the shot went in and hit his hand and gone out, then yes, that is a penalty. If it's handball but it's a clear-cut deliberate kind of own goal that is given, then yes, you give it as a penalty. If the handball kind of is denying a goal scoring opportunity instead. Case in point, remember when Chelsea beat Arsenal 6-0 and as a ball went in, and this was actually involved with Kieran Gibbs, and Hazard curled in a ball, Oxlade-Chamberlain used his hand to clear the ball off the line, and actually Kieran Gibbs was sent off in a mistake of misidentity. That is a clear-cut, penalty, deliberate handball, red card, I understand that. What happened to Chambers was not a penalty. It was never a penalty. And I want to hear, do people down below think that was a penalty? Because I seriously doubt that anybody thinks that is a penalty. Firstly, it was, not deliberate. You could clearly see that. His hand is in kind of the routine, if you like, position. It's in a comfortable position. Some defenders have their hands behind their backs. But Chambers was in kind of a dodgy position, and he didn't mean to do that. And I've seen that happen in the box many times, and that's not been given as a penalty. Mike Dean, for some stupid reason, gives it as a straight penalty. Like, you have to be good as a referee. You have to have, insight and knowledge and listen to your instincts, and your instincts have to be good enough. But you also have to follow your instincts with actual general knowledge of what is a foul and what isn't. And his decision making, his intelligence, his insightfulness. And I know I'm not a referee myself, so it must be a really hard job. But Mike Dean is the worst referee ever. He's an embarrassing referee, like, from top to bottom. Like, you think of the amount of controversial moments that have happened in games when Mike Dean is the referee of a match. Like, the man is a fraud, is a sham. Like, why? How is he a referee? How has he got a job as a referee? I know some of my mates will be better referees than Mike Dean, and he just ruined so many games. Like, yes, we didn't deserve to, win this game. I hold my hands up to that. We didn't deserve to win this game whatsoever. But, like, once we got into the lead, I am positive, and I've put my heart on my sleeve here, and I swear, I believe that we would have held on to get all 3 points. West Brom had chances, but they weren't really causing they caused Czech a few problems here or there, but it wasn't really like you're gasping, thinking, "Oh my god, that was so great." There was one or two hairy moments, but in the before that penalty, there was nothing there. There really wasn't nothing there whatsoever, and West Brom, lovely that they get a point. They're off the bottom three, but as for us, we're trying to secure a Champions League place. And it's games like that we'll look back at the end of the season, and those were the games that cost us. And today, yes, we didn't play well, and yes, we didn't probably deserve to win, but we showed character and fight to get ourselves a goal and get ourselves, ahead. And the Hawthorns is a tough place to go, even though how bad West Brom have been. And we just give it away, and it wasn't even our fault. It wasn't even our fault that we gave that game away. It was the stupid referee's fault. It's so frustrating, We had only 14 shots. We only had, we had 14 shots. 4 on target. Not great. We dominated possession. Didn't do really anything with it. Yes, there are areas in that team that we need to address and need to work on and need to improve. But when a decision doesn't go your way as a fan, and you're seeing it, and you can blatantly see that wasn't a penalty, whatsoever. It just wasn't a penalty. I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. I'm just trying to keep kind of as calm and collective as possible, because I don't want to descend into screaming and shouting. But he's just ruined it. He's ruined a great, not even a great game. He's just ruined a result for us whatsoever. And this game was Arsene Wenger's 811th game as Premier League manager. The most he's played, managed the most games in Premier League history, overtaking Sir Alex Ferguson. That is a fantastic achievement. No matter what I think about Arsene Wenger and whether I think he should go, and I do think he should go. You can't take that away from the man. That is an absolutely fantastic achievement. And West Brom were in desperate need of trying to get something, but they didn't. But they did get a point, but they were in desperate need of trying to get the win, and it looked like Arsenal were just going to edge it. And in recent seasons, we've not done too well against West Brom. This could be Sanchez potentially his last game at Arsenal. If he does move to Manchester City in the January transfer window. And so the incentive was to end 2017, which has been a poor year for Arsenal, and end it with at least 3 points and give us some welcome momentum going into what is going to be a very tough start to 2018. And we haven't done that, courtesy of bloody Mike Dean. And I'll show you, right, this is what the effect is, because you might think, well, at least you got a point out of it, and you just have to kind of move on, take it in and kind of move on and digress to the next game. But we're still in 5th, right? But we could have closed the gap to a point behind Liverpool. We're now only on 38. Man United dropped points yesterday, so we could have reduced it to 4 points behind them, and we're now still 6 points behind them. Chelsea, we are now, if Chelsea beat us on Wednesday, they go 10 points clear. Effectively means that we won't catch them. We could have potentially closed the gap to 5 points and then reduced it to just 2 points if we had beaten them on Wednesday. And obviously Man City dropped 2 points today, and 2 points here, even though we would still be 19 points behind them. We're now 21 points behind Manchester City. And it's it's just 2 points wasted, and it could be at the end of the season, if we finish 5th again and we go into the Europa League, if we don't win the Europa League ourselves, in the competition we're currently in at the minute, then this could be one of the games that we look back on. If we're only maybe 2 points behind, 4th place, and those 2 points would have taken us into 4th place, this will be a game we look back on potentially if we go on in a really good run. And as for West Brom, they move out the bottom 3. They're into 16 points, and it's a great day for them. They get a point. They're out the bottom 3. That's what they wanted. What a great result for them. But as for us, it was absolutely pathetic. A poor, pathetic performance, and just a result doesn't go away, and I'm so angry. You know, it's just, I wanted Arsenal just to get 3 points. I knew it wasn't going to be the easiest game. I knew, West Brom were going to throw everything at it, but we showed character and fight. We showed character, fight, and spirit against Crystal Palace, and getting that goal ahead showed us, and proved to me that we have got that in this side. But then Mike Dean goes to spoil and ruin it. So screw you, Mike Dean. I hope you have a miserable new year. What a stupid referee. How has he got a job in the Premier League? How is he a referee in the Premier League? I do not know. And that kind of concludes Arsenal's 2017, which has been just a poor 2017. The year that we've missed out on Champions League football for the first time ever. We've been embarrassed so many times. 10-2 to Bayern Munich, 4-0 to Liverpool, 3-1 to Chelsea, 3-1 to Manchester United. We've been absolutely embarrassed. There's been all that negativity and hostility with the Wenger upgrade, and just the contract situation. And you think of the AGM, and there's been so much negativity surrounding Arsenal. But we have won the FA Cup this year. We're into the Europa League last, 32. So there's been some good moments, solid moments, but there's just been way too much negativity, so much hostility. And I hope this game is the write-off, because, again, it's results like this that are just going to start the hostility and negativity bubbling up again to the point where it starts exploding, and then, Wenger will be asked to leave, banners will come out, and it's just going to explode again. Particularly if we lose to Chelsea on Wednesday night, it's just going to make things even worse for us. Particularly as we look back on this game and say, well, we could have at least had a win to go into 2018 before we get beaten by Chelsea. If we do get beaten by Chelsea, I mean, at the minute, because that's actually Koscielny going to miss that game on Wednesday, it means we're going to have Mertesacker and maybe Rob Holding, Mustafi, Holding, Chambers, Maitland-Niles, Bellerin, and they're going to have to mark Eden Hazard, Morata, and Willian or Pedro, and it's not a nice fault whatsoever. I know Mertesacker did it against Chelsea in the FA Cup, but that was a completely different event, and I'm worried. I just want us to, Wednesday's an absolutely massive game, and we just have to move on. Take a deep breath and move on to the next game, and hopefully 2018 is going to be a better year for Arsenal. Because let's be fair, it can't get any worse for Arsenal. 2017 was a horrendous year for the Gunners. 2018 can't get much worse, can it? I don't know. It's been one of those years that's been pretty horrendous most of the time, but we've also had some absolutely fabulous moments as an Arsenal fan, moments that I can sit back and cherish. When we lifted the FA Cup, that was a great moment when we beat Man City in the semi-final, when we beat Man United earlier this season at the Emirates, not the 3-1 but the 2-0 that we beat them last season. So we've had some great moments as Arsenal fans this year, but there's been way too many negative moments, and hopefully those negative moments dissipate and we can have a much more successful and happier 2018. And I'm going to leave analysing Arsenal there for 2017. And I just want to say thank you so much for the support you've shown to this series in 2017. It all came from us losing against Liverpool and ranting and raving. A lot more like this, but I was ranting even more. I tried to hold back as much as I can because I do want to go and enjoy my New Year's Eve, and I'm going to hopefully do that now once I've uploaded this video for you guys. So once again, as I said earlier, my What Happened to Me in 2017 Bagpuss Uncut video. I hope you guys have a fantastic New Year. Check out that video if you haven't seen it already. And I hope you enjoyed this one as well. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And join me for the first Analysing Arsenal of 2018 as we face Chelsea at the Emirates on Wednesday night. There's going to be lots more content as well on my channel, so stay tuned. Let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts and feelings. Did you think it was a penalty? I can't wait to hear what you guys say about this. I just want to say thank you, Mike Dean, for ruining Arsenal's New Year's Eve, because, you're an absolutely just stupid arsehole who shouldn't be refereeing in the Premier League, because you're absolutely shit. So, yeah, take care. This is DJ signing out, and I shall speak to you on Wednesday night as we play the Blues at the Emirates. So, yeah, take care. See you all soon. And just a side note, did you guys like the kit? Arsenal had red shirt, red shorts for the first time since 1971. I really actually like the kit. I thought they looked quite good in that, so I don't know if that's going to be a recurring theme, but also let me know your thoughts to that down in the comment section below, and also contact me on Twitter at DJBagpuss1998 as well. Take care, hope you have a great new year, and I will speak to you all later. I'm going to go for a drink, I bloody need one.